is today's drama. So, in Ireland, at the moment, the insects have all vacated the buildings. They are gone. There is to be a referendum. They are voting on whether or not we will be allowed to paint the houses in the villages all the bright colours that we normally use. So we are in a rush to get them all painted in the bright colours before the referendum happens, whether it's passed or whether it's not passed. So please, folks, what we need is your help. We need you to vote in the comments whether you feel that we should allow our little insect villages to be painted in all the lovely bright turquoises, greens, blues, yellows that we want to paint them. Very important. We need your vote. We want your vote, and we look forward to you voting. So hit those poll buttons in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and we'll do something really nice and sweet just to celebrate our winnings. We'll let you know the result. So get voting, folks. We'll show you now some of the colours we've painted over there, our little village. We've had to set up camp outside. Look at me. I'm in my pajamas. I've got my house coat on, and we're outside in the rain, but we're sheltered under the parasols, all in aid of getting these buildings painted in their brightly colours, which we respectfully feel they should be before this referendum happens. So guys, push that button. Now, Chris, I'm really busy, so you need to make us a nice hot cup of tea, because this work is painful, staking, and cold. But it's all for a worthy cause. Okay, you guys, the votes are in. They've been counted, the ballot boxes are opened, and we won. The insect hotels are allowed to be painted in the bright colours, and Scooter is really happy and can't wait to celebrate with some delicious banana cake. So come join us, and we're going to go inside and keep making it. What do you reckon, Scoot? Today, I was just about to throw out 2 bananas onto the compost heap because they've gone very black. So they're overripe. And what they're doing is they're just attracting fruit flies into the kitchen. It's annoying me. So I thought, no, I'm going to make a banana bread because it's more of a banana cake than a bread because I've added a few adaptations to it to make it a little bit more appealing. Chris is not a lover of banana bread. But guess what? Chris ain't here. He's in London. So it's just me and Scooty today. And so we are going to make the banana bread because we're going to use up these bananas. And I quite like banana bread, but I never make it because Chris doesn't like it. So today is my opportunity to make it. This is super easy again. Another very simple recipe. Preheat the oven to 180 fan or gas mark 4. All you need for this is a spatula, a mixing bowl, a spoon, a fork to mash your bananas, 2 very ripe bananas, 140 grams of caster sugar, 140 grams of softened butter, 2 large eggs lightly beaten, 140 grams of self-raising flour. So there you have 140 grams of butter, 140 grams of flour, 140 grams of sugar. How easy could that be? Now, Nikolai's adding 100 grams of coconut, just desiccated coconut. And I'm also adding 100 grams of dark chocolate chips. How could you have banana bread without chocolate? They just go so well together. So I'm sneaking in some chocolate and some coconut into this recipe, and it is delicious. Okay, and then your 2-pound loaf tin, which is just lined with a strip of greaseproof paper across the middle like that. Easy peasy, and a whisk to beat together your butter and sugar. So that's what we're going to do. Scooter is here with me in the kitchen, lying low, because he said banana bread's not his favorite. However, he'll eat some, he said. He'll try it later. So let's get on with doing the mixing. So we're just going to cream our butter, and we're going to add our sugar, and we're going to cream our butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. Should take 3 to 4 minutes. Believe it or not, this seems very simple part of the recipe, but for something like this cake, it's very important to cream the butter and the sugar well together. Because if you don't cream the butter and the sugar, the eggs, when you add the eggs, they won't mix well with the butter and sugar, and therefore they'll kind of separate and curdle, and you don't want that. Okay, Chris is probably going to edit this and cut this bit, so it won't be 3 to 4 minutes of me just standing here like a lemon mixing. Okay, now we've creamed our butter and sugar, we're going to add our eggs. And we're going to add our eggs nice and slowly. Okay, so we'll have a scrape down of the bowl. I'm really nervous, about this garden opening because Nikolai is just such a perfectionist that I'm constantly trying to make everything perfect. And of course, in a garden, you can't, because one minute everything is looking amazing, and then the day before the garden opens, we get a storm and everything ends up on the floor. And you just think, really? Did that have to happen? But yes, it did. Okay, so now we've incorporated our eggs. We're going to finish now with the whisk, and we're going to literally add... Nikolai doesn't know how to eject. I do know how to do it. I've forgotten. Okay. So now we're going to add in our flour. We're not going to add all the flour in at once. We're just going to add 2 spoons and fold that in. I have to tell you guys that everything is very quiet on the scooter front this week. There hasn't been very many dramas. Although he did manage to... My sister was staying with me, and she had in one of her bags, she had a packet of Milky Way stars. These little magic stars, and they're like little mini tiny Milky Ways. And he managed to get the packet of Milky Way stars, and he managed to eat every single one of them and just left the wrapper. So my sister was really, really not happy with Scooter. But I had to get him to beg forgiveness and look at her with those very, very cute eyes. Okay, you guys, major mistake. I forgot to put into the recipe for you 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So that's going in now, and that's okay. So we're just going to fold all of that in, and then we're going to add our mashed bananas. And we're literally just going to get our bananas, we're going to peel them and mash them with a fork. So they're actually lovely. It would have been such a shame to throw them on the compost heap. It's so much better to use them in something that we can eat. You can see how ripe they are. So actually, I think in this situation, the riper the banana, the better for this banana bread. So literally just mash them up with a fork. Okay, now chocolate chips, best part. In they go. And again, just fold them in. And they should give like a nice marbledy effect through the banana cake. A good way of getting the children to eat it. And then our coconut in. I nearly lost the bowl just then. Okay, folks, it was as easy as that. That's it. That is our mixture done. So now we're going to turn it into our loaf tin and into the oven for 50 minutes. But we're going to check it after 40, just to make sure it doesn't brown too much. So we'll check it after 40, and we'll just insert a skewer into the middle to make sure it comes out clean. Okay, so then just in your tin, you just want to level it off slightly. And then when it's cooked, what we're going to do is we're going to make a very simple glaze, just to add a little bit more sweetness to it. We're going to add a very simple glaze of just 50 grams of icing sugar with a couple of tablespoons of water, just to make a runny glaze, just to drizzle over the top. And then you can decorate it over the top if you would like with some dried bananas, etc., whatever you want. Okay, that's going to go into our preheated oven, and I'll see you back here in about 50 minutes. Okay, you guys, so the banana bread has had 50 minutes in the oven, and it's smelling amazing. It's cooled down, and I've left it on the wire rack to cool completely. And so I'm going to transfer it now onto my serving plate. And literally all I have done is I have mixed 50 grams of icing sugar with 1 tablespoon of water, and then I added just another little tiny drizzle of water just to combine the icing sugar and make it like a nice runny icing. So all we're going to do now is we're going to get a nice little drizzle of icing over the top of the banana bread. You must make sure your banana bread is completely cold before you put the icing, or otherwise the heat will just melt it. And it's literally just to give it a little glaze. And that, my friends, is it. Okay, so beautiful banana bread with coconut and chocolate chips. And please do come and join me where I'm going to show you in the garden my newest addition to the garden, which is a banana plant, which has been planted in a galvanized trash incinerator. It looks really nice. And I'm going to be having a nice cup of Turkish coffee with a slice of banana bread. Just me, you, and Scooty Doots. So come join me outside a little later where we'll have some of that. See you in a while. So here is the banana plant in its galvanized container, and I shall get down up close and personal with it so you can kind of see the size of the leaves that we're sporting here. Now, it's in a galvanized container, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to leave it natural and let it weather and rust, or whether I'll be giving it a coat of urban slate grey colour paint. But that's it in. I'm delighted about that. So now I'm going to get on with making the Turkish coffee, so come join me in a couple of moments where we'll really enjoy that lovely banana bread. The adorable Scoot's waiting for a piece of banana bread. Waiting very patiently, might I add. And as you can see, there is delicious banana bread / cake with all its lovely chocolate running through it. Beautiful cup of Turkish coffee. And now it's time to sit down, relax, and enjoy. So you guys, that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. After all, it's free. Hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and then you'll be guaranteed not to miss another vlog again. So until next time, from Nikolai, Chris who's in London, and the adorable little man Scooter, we'll see you all very, very soon. Another piece? Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. We're having a meeting. Me and Daisy here. Say hello to the camera, Daisy. Huh? Maisie. Daniel. Rosie. Posher. Elizabeth. Betsy. All right, Maisie.